trying something out different for this scoundrel. Let's make sure we get it nice and shuffled. Oh, and then I need to take out red face cards. Once again, I will be leaving the jokers in there. Has nice little nat 20 bonuses. Okay. But welcome. I am Chamberlain Jonas here for another rousing edition of Scoundrel. This time doing a Legend of Zelda theme. Go. And of course, this is the Wayward Inquisition. Hold on, gotta take my jacket off. Got the heater on behind me, and now I'm getting toasty. There I am. Can you hear me? Can I hear myself? That'd be really funny if I muted the wrong mic. Okay. Excellent. Keep this over here. Trying to gauge where this camera is aimed at. Okay, so like right here. Right here? Mm-hmm. Do. Do. Doop. Oh, wow. Okay. Starting off the tower on a strong suit. Let's see. Okay, so if the deck is out of camera, scoot it down to the right. Like this. Yeah. That's good, yeah? Sorry. Kind of getting set up in the process of starting the stream and all that. And Courtney asked me about this, so I'm going to look it up right now. Okay, yes. The card game, ta-da, known as Scoundrel, was invented by Zach Gage and Kurt Beeg in 2011. So this game's been around for quite a long while. It is a single-player roguelike dungeon crawler that uses a standard deck of playing cards. Man, 2011. That was a hefty time ago. All right. Let's get into it. The Gerudo King Ganondorf, in his majestic awesomeness, has kidnapped Princess Zelda, encasing her in a giant rupee like crystal, and has transported her to the top of his tower so that he may extract the Triforce of Wisdom from her, increasing his chances of completing the Triforce and getting his wish. Link, armed with the Master Sword and a Hyrulean shield, green tunic on, he charges courageously into the gates of the tower and is immediately bombarded. Yeah, if you can, I wonder if I can, I don't know if I want to zoom it in anymore. You know what? We'll give it a shot. Why not? We're here. Do anything? Other way. Nope, other way. Hold on. I gotta wait for the delay. Oh. YouTube, you feeling okay? There you go. Yeah, I think that, I mean, it's gonna be really hard to focus in on these little guys. Oh man, I had it too. Yeah, that's not too shabby. I'm I'm a technician. Okay, sorry. Where was I? Oh yes. So he is beset by uh, four large lizardos. Oh, sorry, lizalfos. And as what you can do in Scoundrel, you can run away from a dungeon. And that's what I'm going to do because this would kill me right off the bat. Let's get my health out here. So you scoop it up, place it on the. Nope. If I didn't cut my fingernails, I could have picked that up better. Scoop that under the deck, put it in it at the very bottom. Okay, all right. Better start. So, Link, blows past these Lizalfos. They swing in at him with their little rapiers and swords, and using the shield. He does a barrel roll, do a barrel roll, and he ducks and dodges, weaving through these four formidable foes. He makes it to the staircase, going up to the next floor, leaving the Lizalfoses behind him. I don't know if you all can hear that, but man, those dogs outside are going crazy. So I'm going to, yes, equipped. Oh, wait, what? Tactically, so I will equip this 4, then equipped the 9. And as Link makes it up to the second floor of the tower, in this lone room all by itself is a little Poe. It's sitting there with its little candle. So Link will draw out his bow. It poofs, its little candle falls to the floor. So we have successfully cleared one dungeon. On to the next floor. As he's going, Navi is, listen! Hey! Watch out! And Link makes it to the third floor, and in there is a re-dead as it shambles across its bony figure, decayed with its death mask on. Oh, it got worse. And so first thing I will do is take care of that re-dead. Still using his bow. Link will draw out a light arrow and fire it at it. It hits the re-dead. The radiant energy surging through the undead corpse. And it's gone. Sorry if I seem a bit distracted with this one tonight. It's because I kind of am. It's just, it's how things go. Okay, so we did that one. We will replace our 9 with the 3 because we have to do stuff. And then we will replace the 3 with the 6. That'll save us this 5-star weapon here for later in case we need it. These cameras are so finicky. Should I have done this before starting the stream? Yes. But it's been a busy night for me. Work is really being a butt, you know? But we made it through another floor. Link runs up the steps. Yeah! Yeah! Ah! Ooh, and on this fourth floor, we got a challenger. What are those big guys called? Iron Knuckles. So there's an Iron Knuckle and a Stalfos, which the Stalfos is the skeletal warrior. The Iron Knuckle being this large, heavy armored monstrosity of an opponent, wielding an axe greater than Link itself. And it starts to come forwards. Link, Zink. Because it sounds like they say Link's name whenever they swing at him. I don't know if that was intentional or, but yeah. And so I am going to fight that Iron Knuckle. Ooh, with my 6, it's the best I got. So the ace is, oh, I gotta do math. King is 13, ace is 14. So 14 minus 6 is going to be, well, 4 would put us at 10, and then 2, that's going to be 8 damage to Link. But Link, getting hurt in the process, charges in, the Master Sword clanking against the Iron Knuckles armor, and Link does a leap over, and as he leaps over, he slashes the back of the Iron Knuckle, and it falls down defeated. And then the Stalfos comes in with its sword and shield. And it swings. Link blocks it with his shield, parries it down, slashes into the Stalfos. The bones shatter onto the floor. Is there another D20 over here? Yeah. Let me see you for just a second. You're going to be my floor reminder. So that was floor 4. And then I will use this health potion. Whew. Which will, that's a 9. So that'll get me back up to 20 health, which is the max you can have. On to floor 5. Link running up the steps, the eerie organ music playing seems to be echoing through the entire tower. And as he's running up the steps to the 5th floor, Navi's like, Link, hurry! We have to save Zelda! And in classic Link monologue, yeah! And he makes it up to this 5th floor. The room, he does keep, yeah, from what I remember, Ganondorf does keep the tower pretty nicely lit. So, good on him. And in this room, there is another Stalfos, this one looking a bit more formidable than the prior one. Its bones clanking against its metal armor. And it points its sword at Link and it rushes towards him. Their blades clash. They exchange a flurry of blows, bouncing their blades off of each other's shields, each other's swords. But Link has the upper hand because he has the Master Sword. And with a mighty swing, Link swings and it cuts through the Stalfos' blade and into its skull. Its glowing red eyes fade out and the bones fall beneath it. So I will use my 6 against this 9. That's going to be 3 damage to Link from that encounter. You know, not bad. Not bad. He's doing okay. He's got 17. And then I want to hang on to that health potion, since it's a 7. So we'll use this little health potion, a 2, to put him up to 19. 19, there it is. And then the final act of this floor, I will have to exchange out my weapon for that 5-star. We are on the 6th floor. If I can find the 6th, there it is. All right, see what this 6th floor has in store for us. Swiftly running up the stairs, his blonde hair, kind of a dirty blonde hair, kind of flowing behind him. On the 6th floor, he encounters 2 moblins. These kind of scrawny, goblin-like creatures. One's kind of picking its ear. The other one has a finger up its nose, and it looks and sees Link at the top of the steps, and it, oh, and the other one's like, oh. And they quickly scurry up and get their weapons ready. But by the time they do, Link is already upon them, and with 2 mighty swings, he cuts through them with ease. 5 versus 5, no damage to me. 5 beats 4. Oh, man. Yeah, I'll just have to use this 5 health potion to get me back up to 20. As he gets past them, he finds a little health potion on one of the moblins, and he takes a nice swig. Floor 7. Oh boy, what we got here. And we have to remember too that I have like boss level dungeon stuffed at the very bottom of this deck because of that first hand. That's gonna be a problem. I can tell you that. That's gonna be a problem. All right. Well, for starters, as he gets up to the 7th floor, there's another purple Poe just kind of doing a little patrol around. He pulls out his boomerang and it its little candle falls to the floor. 5v5, I win. Okay, so then we will replace weapon, and then, yeah, replace weapon. All right, well, yeah, Link's gotten some pretty easy floors currently, which has me worried about what's coming up. Still in view, still in view. It's the one thing about using this different camera is before I had them like up on me. You know, trying to center the cards a bit to the screen for you all, but that's okay. This is a for funsy stream. Ooh, okay. We got a big floor here. Who's gonna be up here? Oh yeah, I remember those guys. It's been a long time since I've Ocarina of Timed. On this floor, there's a Tektite? The little, one-eyed spider thing that's, I think they're generally on water. One of those and a Armos. Yeah, you know, the big kind of stone statue thing. It has like a shield and sword. Those ones, I think you did have to go around to the back and hit them. I think so. And then I drew a king. We have a great moblin. So unlike the goofy little goblin creatures he ran into before on the prior floor, this goblin is a beefcake. He's big. He's got this big iron maul. Ooga booga, ija booga! And Link, ha, yeah, yeah. Listen, watch out. So Link will rush in. The spider will leap at him, and without thought, he just brandishes the Master Sword, cutting the spider, and it into dust. He ducks and rolls around the Armos, digging the blade deep into its back. And so now it's just him and the Moblin. They pace around each other in this grand hallway. It snarls and grunts at Link. Link puts the blade on the top of the shield, doing that cool stance that, some warriors like to do. I think that's like the coolest looking thing, having the blade like resting on the shield. And they clash, his mighty club bashing against the Hyrulean shield. It sends Link rolling up against a pillar. It comes up with another mighty swing. Link ducks out of the way as it into the stone pieces onto the floor. He's making a mess of this tower. Ganondorf is not going to be happy about that. Do you know how much the insurance premium's going to be on this now? And they engage Link, landing a couple more blows. The Moblin grabs Link and pins him down, but before it can do anything, Link lands the fatal blow, and poof. And that king is defeated, but I am definitely taking some damage from that one. The king is 13 minus 8. Or we can do this a different way. If I add 2 to 8, that gets me 10. So I need 3 more, so that's 5 damage. All right. So That was that one. Let's bump this up to floor number 9. I wonder how many floors you generally get from a deck of cards. I guess I'll find out. We're already at 9. We're almost halfway through a D20. Well, Link makes it up to the 9th floor. There's an octo rock up there. It shoots out its little rock pellet at Link. He blocks it with his shield as he runs up. Sorry, Mike. It's gonna happen. You are in my attack range. And he cuts the Octorok down. But I also got this Jack in here. Ooh. Yeah, we'll go with another Moblin. Moblins are pretty common for Ganondorf / Ganon to use as a henchman. And this Moblin has a spear, and as Link's distracted, he comes over, and the blade hits Link. Yeah! They exchange some blows, Link using his shield to block the spear, but the spear, with its extra reach, is keeping him at bay, so he can't move in. So then he finally lowers his guard to take a hit so that he can move in closer and finish off this Moblin. If you don't know Legend of Zelda, and a lot of the games now, whenever you beat a bad guy, they tend to poof into like a little cloud of like dark magic energy and whatnot. It's pretty cool. And so when I do the little poof, that's that. Just so you know. And then, so that was a Jack. Did I already calculate that one's damage? Oh my goodness, my brain. Well, let's see who was behind him. The king. I did not. Yeah, that was the damage from the king. So that's Jack is 11. 3 damage then. Yeah, I did not calculate that yet. 12. 12 health. Okay, looking a little rough. You definitely, I mean, you kind of got to keep your health above 10 as best you can. Because there's some high face cards in there, my friends. Let's go ahead and use that health potion then. That'll put us up to 19. And then we have this 10-star weapon here for the next dungeon. Dungeon 10. Man, what great character designs. Link rushes up the next flight of stairs. He's feeling a bit winded. It's a lot of steps. It's a lot of running. It's a lot of fighting. But he's the hero of time. He can do it. With the Triforce of Courage, he pushes himself forwards. Yeah! On this 10th floor, 2 formidable foes, but he's well equipped. He fights off this Lizalfo, cutting it down before it has time to land any damage onto him, but its brother Lizalfo, the large lizard warriors, comes up and hits Link from behind. I think one of my favorite sounds Link makes, I don't remember if he makes it as a kid or if it's when he's an adult or if it's both. But if you climb up onto like Death Mountain and jump off and you don't successfully like hit and do the little barrel roll to save yourself from fall damage, when he hits, he makes like this very stunning like noise, and it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, if you've never played a Legend of Zelda game, um, don't start with Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. Hot take: I don't like them. They are not Zelda to me. They're too. It's just too odd. More so Tears of the Kingdom than Breath of the Wild. Like the fact in Tears of the Kingdom you can make all those wacky gizmos and gadgets. It's like, bro, what's happening here? this ain't Zelda. But I digress. With this final Lizalfo in here, Link uses his shield to bash it in its belly, and and then as it's stunned, he and so I will take 1 damage from that, putting me at 18. Very nice, very nice. Ooh, yeah, let's not waste this 8 health potion. We will equip this 10-star weapon, replacing our 8. I would say we're about, what, maybe halfway through the deck at this point? Yeah. But with this game, your fate can change in an instant. All right. Oof. This is what I was talking about. All right, we have 2 high face cards. We got an ace and a queen. These aren't going to be your average everyday darkness. This is going to be your advanced darkness. Just for funsies, the ace will be Bongo Bongo, and the queen will be Goma, the kind of crustacean spider curse that was inside, Deku Tree. I figured it would. Yep. But that's as far as it will zoom in. And then also, I could not get it to stretch to fit the box. I tried. I even tried doing the beep boop bops into the little, number things. Didn't do anything. Didn't do anything. But I centered it well into it, so. Yeah, I couldn't crop it, but I'm not an expert on it. But yeah, you can see the cards. Yeah, yeah, you can actually see them pretty well. That was so we are on floor 11. Oh. Anytime I really hear the number 11, my brain automatically goes to The Nightmare Before Christmas. because Oogie Boogie, he rolls his dice. What? Snake eyes? And then they flip over. 11. Man, Oogie Boogie. It hurts your soul. Well, that's all I got. So yeah, on this floor we have Dodongo Dongo. Oh my gosh, Bongo Bongo, and Goma. Two big bosses from Ocarina of Time. Bongo Bongo, boom 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 boom, with its disembodied hands, its big one flowery eye, kind of hovering there. It swats and hits Link, and he crashes into the wall. As he starts to get up, Goma scurries over and grabs him with its kind of pincer claw. Ah! Yeah. But then Link stabs down into the claw that. And Link uses the opportunity to move in. He cuts the claw off before he can do anything else. Goma uses another arm and kicks him away, knocking him back into the center of the room where Bongo's waiting, and poof, smushes him down onto the floor. But then Bongo pulls its hand up and is like, ah, as he has stabbed it with the Master Sword. Link quickly uses his wit, pulls out his boomerang, and throws it at the big eye of Bongo Bongo. And it kind of stuns him, giving him the opportunity. He pulls out a bomb, throws it over. I'm not sure if they're actually called bombs. I think it's just bomb. There was the little rat ones that you would. They had specific names, but yeah, it doesn't matter right now. And he throws the bomb over at Goma. It blows off a leg, and Goma collapses down. Its eye, it's all dazed. And Link rushes over, leaps into the air. Yeah! Stabs down. So, Queen versus a 10. That's going to be only 2 damage to me. Nice. That's 16. And then to finish off Bongo Bongo, that's 14 against 10, so that's going to be 4 damage. Back down to 12. Still good, though. It's above 10. So Link rushes over, Bongo Bongo slapping the floor, causing it to bounce, and Link losing his balance. He then leaps up onto the back of one of Bongo's hands, and so when he lifts up, Link uses the momentum and jumps at the great eye and stabs it in. Oh no. Okay, this is gonna get bad. So I have a 8 healing potion and a 2-starred weapon. I really don't want to equip that 2-star weapon to continue on. So I'm going to use that 8 health potion. Seems to be the best option tactically currently. That'll put me up at full 20 health. We move on to the next floor. Floor 12. It is a really tall tower if you've never played. And then also It's a card game. All right, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Well, I will use my weapon to finish off these two pose on this 12th floor. They do their little flame at Link, but he uses his shield to block them. And he finishes them off in a nice flourish of his sword. And now, for the devastating part. I will have to get rid of my 10-starred weapon for a 2. Deck, if I fight something insanely powerful right now, I'm going to be sad. Whew. Floor 13. Link's making his way. All right. Not too bad. So we have 2 health potions, a 6 and a 4. And then 2 pretty sturdy enemies, a 6 and an 8. I have a 2-starred weapon, so whichever one of these I fight, I'm gonna get hurt really bad either way. So we gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta save Princess Zelda. We gotta stop Ganondorf. Yeah, we'll say it's two high-end Stalfoses, more skeleton warriors. They're pretty common henchmen for Ganondorf in Ocarina of Time. Link, exhausted, charges into battle against these 2 Stalfoses, and they're a lot more skilled with their blades and shields than he expected. The Master Sword glancing off of their shield anytime he gets an opening. The other Stalfos comes in and hits them with their shield, bashing him away. 2 versus 6. It's going to be 4 damage. 16. There you are. They exchange blow after blow, Link taking more hits than he would like, but he must stand fast. He must be courageous. 2 versus 8, 6 damage, putting him down to 10. Let's use the 4 health potion. We'll save that 6 for later, just in case. In truth, it might not really make a difference, but it seems like it will make a difference, you know? But wearily, Link finally finishes off the 2 Stalfoses, their bones clattering to the floor before they... Floor 14. Oh, baby. Again? This happened the first time. The Jokers must get stuck together. Because they were together last time, too. I haven't really fleshed out what I want them to truly do. One thought was, if you get the Joker, you clear that floor immediately. You know? The other thing was you can use it to be a weapon, like a high-end weapon, so 10's the highest one you can get. So that's how I did it last time. And I don't want to be like cheesy and be like, oh, well, yeah, you know, you can use the Joker to be a 10 leveled health potion. I mean, honestly, I guess you could. But I kind of like we're going to try out the floor clearer this time. So now how do you want that to work, Jonas? So if you run away, you scoop up everything, you put it on the bottom. So the Joker could then be essentially the opposite of that, where you scoop everything and you put it in the completed pile. Sound good? Okay, the consensus is in. So we clear that one. And yeah, that should be something too, because like I have this 6 health potion. So I could be really sleazy and be like, oh, well, yeah, I'm going to use the 6 health potion first and then the Joker's. No, the Joker automatically activates clearing that floor. So on one hand, that can be very beneficial, but it can also be kind of harmful depending too. So I like that it has that iffiness to it. All right, well, we cleared that one. As Link rushes up to the next floor, he finds it to be empty. He takes a little breather, maybe pulls out one of his little glass jars full of Romani milk, does a cheer. Gulp, gulp, gulp. 2, 3, 4. Oh boy. Oh yeah, we are at the end of the deck. So yeah, I'm gonna be. Oh no! I'm gonna be fighting all those high-end people with a 2-starred weapon. Oh, Link, buddy. Okay, you gotta trust in the heart of the Triforce. Use the Triforce of Courage. We can do this. Whew. Okay. So we will start off. Let's have Link fight. Oh, he's gonna fight the Queen, which will be Volvaga? Volvagia? The giant red fire serpent dragon, that you fight for the Gorons. And it breathes fire, it burns Link, dealing damage. He rushes through the flames, its tail whips him, yeah, causing him to fall. It swims in, because it really does swim through the air more than fly. That's how I would describe it. And as he gets in close, Vavaga slashes Link with its claws. But as it's in there close, Link will stab it in its noggin. Good old headshots. Take care of anything. Okay, so Queen, that's 12. 12 minus 2, 10. Link takes 10 damage. He's at 14. He's down to 4. Then I will use this 10 health potion that we got with this dungeon. Put him back up to 14. Do I heal? Yeah, let's use this 3 of hearts to put him back up to 17. If I can find the 17, there it is. So Link slays Vavaga. The serpent wails and swims up into the air before it just starts to turn to stone and dust, and it the Phantom Ganon in the room, paces across and laughs. And we draw the final cards. Yes. So, I went over a lot of the rules to Scoundrel last time, more so than this time. But in the rules, it does state that if you draw and there's not enough cards to have 4 to make another dungeon, that means you beat it. So that's really good because that's 2 10s and a jack. So what? That would be 8 damage. 8 damage. That's 16. That would have left Link with 1 health to then deal with the jack. So yeah, Link wouldn't have made it through that dungeon. So Link has successfully cleared Scoundrel. As he sees this Phantom Ganon, he can't keep stalling like this. He needs to get up to the top. He needs to stop Ganondorf and save the princess. And as he's trying to decide what to do, another Phantom Ganon comes in, because if that's a 10, we'll just say the same for that one. And then Twin Rova will be the jack. They stand before Link, and Link knows that he doesn't have the energy or the time to deal with these 3. So, using his wit, he sends off 2 of the rat bombs, and they scurry towards the Phantom Ganons and explode, causing a distraction for Link to run through. Twin Rova does a fire ice blow at him. He uses his shield to block it. And as he starts to kind of round about them, he reaches in and pulls out a couple Deku nuts, and he throws them, and they explode and flash. Twin Rova has been blinded. Link bypasses them, hitting the stairwell behind them, going up. And as he starts to make it upstairs, he can feel and he sees these kind of magical barriers start to come down behind him. A magical trap put in place so that Ganondorf, Link, and Zelda could meet uninterrupted. Link makes it to the final floor. Ganondorf at the organ. Zelda floating above, trapped inside of this crystal. She pounds on it. Link! Link! Link steps forwards, weary and wounded, but he's ready. He did it. He made it to the top. He made it to Shell City, and he's gonna get that crown back. And he flexes, gets into a battle-ready stance, and that is where the Scoundrel will end. Dun dun dun. Man, that was a close one. That was scary. So that's kind of funny. So in the first one I did, there was a moment where I think I thought about running away from something with Jethro, but I was like, oh, that'll just put it down to the end of the deck, and so it's like, I'm gonna have to deal with it eventually. So why not just deal with it now? And then had a similar moment here with Link. I mean, right at the beginning, and I'm not saying that using the runaway tactic will work every time, but it worked this time. And also I'll give credit to how the Joker card, how I made that work, because, well, if I had used it like I did before, where it was a weapon, that floor, yeah, that actually would have put Link at a better advantage than just auto clearing that floor. So, yeah, the Joker really didn't play much into it other than since it wiped the floor, you had to lay out 4 fresh ones instead of 3. And yeah, and if that didn't happen, there would have been that one more card for that final floor. So, yeah. Ooh. This is a good game. Thank you, Zach and Kurt, for making Scoundrel. Uh, brilliant. So simple, so fun, and it has such a simple system that you're able to you still get some like leeway of how to use the rules like I do. And yeah, that was like 16 floors, so roughly depending on how many times you run away, because running away will kind of effectively add another floor that you have to get to, or dungeon. But yeah, I mean, I'd say you probably average around 17, 18 floors in a standard game then. And yeah, right at the hour mark, that's pretty much, yeah, that's basically how long it took me to do it the first time too, was an hour. So yeah, it's a good time killer. And yeah, all you need is a deck of cards, which I mean are insanely cheap. What, maybe maybe $3 at Walmart. Maybe a little more if they're like a fancy deck, Because I do have a fantasy themed deck here, but the color of the cards, they really wouldn't show up well on here, where the white gives you a nice vibrant, you can see the number better for you all. All right. Well, we did it. Link cleared the tower. That's awesome. That was fun. I know I got distracted a lot near the beginning. But yeah, work has been distracting today. They want me to do this CPR class, and they can't seem to grasp that people are actually like humans, and they have to sleep and eat and stuff. So they keep giving me these times to show up to the class, and it's like, no. Do you want me to die on the way there? Because that's increased chance of that happening. They want me to go in tomorrow for it at 7 a.m. I get off work at 6 a.m. So me and the guy that's I guess in charge of it, we've had some text interactions, and so it finally came down to it of, okay, I read you loud and clear. I will call off tonight so that I can make it there safely. And they go, well, no, I didn't say that you had to call off. No, you need to work your shift and be at the CPR class. Well, you can't have both. Can't have both. And he also informed me, because they asked us to pick a date to sign up for this. So I went with the 20th at 2 p.m. That sounds very reasonable. I'd be able to sleep, get there on time, easy peasy. Well, apparently that one is impossible and doesn't exist. So kids, don't get old, because then you'll have to go to work, and if the trend lately seems to be that jobs are huffing the paint, if you get my drift. So can't even imagine how bad they will be when you're old enough to go to work. But this is a beep boop bop thing. I should save that for that. I hope you all enjoyed this Legend of Zelda edition of Scoundrel. I have. I'm thinking about doing a Luigi's Mansion version next time. I think that one would be really fun. So his health, I decided for that one, would be the integrity of his, vacuum buster. And haven't talked with Patrick about it, but we kind of, this coming Monday is kind of open stream wise. So either A, I can do it then, or B, Patrick and I could do a high table, which would be pretty fun. The high table is the John Wick D&D setting that I made. We did a little mini series of it a while back, and it was a lot of fun, but I screwed it up. Because if you watched our Beat Boot Bop from this past Monday, Courtney and I talked about how, we are more RP people. We love to role play, and we feel bad about that because Patrick's style of DMing is combat and war, and we've kind of, it feels like we've railroaded his arc campaign to be more role play. I don't think Patrick minds, but wherever I was going with that story, it died. Yeah. That train derailed. Why was I phew, there's survivors. That's good. So similar to that, I ruined the John Wick high table story. I feel like I did. I wouldn't say it was bad, but of course, me being me, I started to put more story and role play into it. And I mean, if you've seen the John Wick movies, no, that's no. I mean, sure, you get some story in there, but no, you watch John Wick to see pew pew bang bang. And to see Keanu Reeves. Because he's just a phenomenal person. But I have learned from that experience, and so I think this next time, and I've changed up how the high table will work. I think it'll go a lot better. A lot better. Anywho, I'm not gonna keep you all here on the somewhat chilly Tuesday night. I'm very bundled up underneath this because I sort of work outside. My prior job, I did work outside, and now half, I quarterly work outside. So I have to make sure that I'm pretty bundled up here as we enter into the winter months. Uh, Upcoming things in the surrounding area, if you are in the Louisville, Kentucky zone, New Albany area, or you just learn about it and say, hey, that sounds cool, let's go. Louisville is hosting this midwinter market from like December 11th to the 22nd, I believe, something like that. And it's like a fantasy marketplace. There will be, you know, people dressed up. They encourage you to dress up. So it's sort of like a Ren fair. Um, but yeah, if that sounds like something that piques your interests, look into it. That's the Midwinter Market. So there's that. Courtney and I are gonna make a trip out to Columbus, Ohio, which has me concerned because snow and ice is bad, and Columbus already got like 5 inches of snow. Maybe by the time the Galaxy Con happens, things will be a-okay. But yeah, we're gonna go to that. Get our picture with a good chunk of the cast of Critical Role, and Weird Al's gonna be there. He is the main reason why I'm going, but also the Critical Role people would be sweet because I would love just to meet Liam and Travis, and then who are the other two? It's yeah, Laura and Regal. Yes. And so we're gonna do there's a group photo op where you can get all four of them in one go, which would save you some money if you decide to do them individually. Because really, I just want to meet Travis and Liam. It's not that I don't like Laura or Sam, but those two are my favorites. What time is it? 8 o'clock. Yeah, that's good. I'll cut it here. So I can go have the din-dins. Making Cracker Barrel. That's kind of my go-to now. Because it's good, wholesome food. So do the things you all know how to do. Like, subscribe, comment. Let us know if you love this. Let us know if you hate this. Let us know if you think Jonas should wear a hat every time so that the glare from his head doesn't blind you. We just want to hear from you all. And do the following, the subscribing, share. Sharing's a big thing. It's good to share. We learned that in elementary school. So, without further ado, I will bid you all adieu. And remember that freedom always crits. Bye.